Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well. There seemed to be a lot of positive feedback for Silph Cups for this season, so I am going to make some more Silph Cups. Unfortunately, there weren't a lot of tournaments that started early, so this was the earliest one that I participated in and it just wrapped up. It is for Naiad Cup. I'll talk more about my team as we get into the battles, but for those that don't know the meta for this month, I have attached a link to the Naiad meta down below in the description as well as the tournament results. Before we get into the battles, a big shout out and thank you to all my patrons who've been supporting my content creation. If you would also like to have early access to my strategies and lineups or see behind the scenes footage of my battles, feel free to sign up in the Patreon link down below. So for the team I'm running here, I think it's pretty strong. Mew, I think, is ranked number 1 in the rankings, but personally speaking, I think it's quite, it's not as good as a Sims just because you have Greedent everywhere and Greedent's very, very strong. The one thing I would probably change about my team is I would probably run Tackle on my Greedent instead of Bullet Seed. It gives a lot more flexibility into, especially Altaria. Altaria is just very strong. And so you can see right here, my opponent here is actually running the Tackle Greedent too. And I'm going to try to go for switch advantage here. It's not the best situation because now I'm just down a shield. And I have to use my Altaria versus theirs. If they don't come in with Altaria, then it's a tricky spot. They actually do come in with Galvantula, so I don't know. We'll see how it goes. They don't shield. That's the unfortunate part. So I'm going to have to tank this discharge here, and they actually go lunge, and I go swap straight to Greedent there. Maybe this is always going to shield. I don't know. But either way, again, here's the Tackle Greedent would come in handy, even though Bullet Seed generates energy kind of quickly. Tackle is not resisted by the Altaria. You can see how bulky that Altaria is. So again, that would be one thing I'd probably change in my team. Otherwise, I like my team quite a bit. My Jellicent is running Hex, Bubble Beam, and Shadow Ball. And then standard move sets for everything else. A little unfortunate. I was a little shy off of that move there. I pretty much have to fast move down here to have a chance. But they have some energy on the Calv, so it's going to be a little tricky. So here comes the first one. Oh, I have back-to-back side attacks, but that Volt Switch is coming through. Yeah, no, it's going to take me out. So, one Volt Switch away, unfortunately. Close game. I am running counter Rock Slide Thunderbolt on my Deoxys defense. You don't really need Psycho Boost for much. Rock Slide's good against Altaria. Thunderbolt's good against Jellicent and a bunch of other things too. Alright, we go into Altaria Mirror. I have no idea if I'm going to CMP or not, but I guess we're about to find out pretty soon since it looks like both of us are going to stay in here. And it looked like we simul swapped. I unfortunately was hoping to catch a Sky Attack, but I think they were too. And very unfortunate for me. Luckily here, the Greedent is running Tackle, so it is at least resisted by the Jellicent. But this is not a really great matchup, especially without Ice Beam. Like, yeah, I'm going to debuff myself, debuff the Greedent a lot, but like, what's this Jellicent going to do? Hex it down, right? So, a little unfortunate. We're going to build up a little bit more energy. I'm not really sure what the play is here. Maybe I swap out? I don't know. So, yeah, I guess I just keep throwing these Bubble Beams. They're going to farm up a lot of energy off of me, which is a little unfortunate. But, yeah, we're just going to keep throwing these Bubble Beams. Maybe I probably should throw a Shadow Ball soon. Okay, I go for the Snipe down here. Did they swap too? My gosh, this player's in my head. Yeah, so, I mean, at least I wasted energy from their Sky Attack there. But now they have a Galvantula here. And this is kind of a problem. Yeah, I mean, I guess regardless that Jellicent had nowhere to go, even if I swapped Jellicent into a Galvantula instead, saved for later, I would have been in a tough spot. Yeah, force a shield there, unfortunately. That first launch is going to do more than any of the other launches, but yeah, maybe I need to catch here. Okay, we do catch. So that is kind of nice. Let's see how he plays this out. Oh, they undercharge completely though. And yeah, they still get to move, unfortunately. They're debuffed though. I was expecting maybe they try to combo play me with the Greedent, but no, they don't. They play smart there. Even if they combo play me, they probably just take out my Galvantula. So, tough games. Tough first 2 losses. Let's see if we can find a way to win this out. At least we get a good lead here with Deoxys defense. So, kind of nice. But again, these crunchers are going to add up. But the counter damage is really, really nice. Unlikely they're going to bait here. So, I'm going to shield. I think it's going to be valuable. And they come in Altaria here. Now we get a nice alignment. This is the alignment we definitely want here. And then, yeah, we land the move, which is quite nice. I'm going to tank the Sky Attack, which is fine. Yeah, non-shock wall rain here is pretty solid. And then I'm going to go straight for the Icicle Spear. It's more energy efficient. They can obviously choose no shield it pretty easily, but I just don't want to get taken out by Body Slam before I get to Earthquake. They are forced to throw the energy, which is nice. Maybe I just come in Altaria here. No, I come in Deoxys defense. All right. Yeah, so this is a little tricky. Hakamo too. The Dragon Tails are really going to add up here. I am going to try to time my charge moves here a little bit. But all my charge moves from the Axe Defense are resisted, so I figure they're probably going to shield these. Now they're in a close enough range that the Rock Slice will be enough. I'm going to just counter down. Ooh, we do tank a move here, which is a little unfortunate. But they come in, I guess, try to combo me with the Greedent. I do throw the first Rock Slide. They let it go. Oh, no, it just takes out. All right, so we do lose the first set. Unfortunately, really great place by my opponent there. Going to round number 2, we're going against RC Cola here. A California local, but also end up being in a remote Canadian tournament. All right, so we're going to swap here. And then he's actually running the Genesect, which is kind of interesting. Here, Boltseed's actually coming in a little bit more handy because I get to the energy pretty quickly. I'm going to shield the potential Technoblast. It ends up being an Exorcer. And then now we're going to bait with Body Slam. This thing's pretty frail, and he's with the bait moves, so I figure he's probably going to want to shield that up. I'm going to overfarm a little bit because I'm definitely not going to win CMP here. Here comes that Technoblast. If he shields this, I should be able to get to another Crunch. Yeah, he lets it go. So that's actually pretty good. I was able to win Switch here. Mew doesn't really want to come into this. It's actually a Snorlax. Interesting. So I'm just going to swap out here. What I want to do is, I'm not even sure if I made this play thought process at the time, but looking back on it, I think it's a great play by me. Is I now pivot out, which will force the Snorlax to throw a superpower at my Greedent and debuff himself. So I'm going to throw these Body Slams, of course, but the Snorlax will have to debuff themselves to be able to kind of take out my Greedent here. I guess they could go Body Slam, but it's not going to be a great time. All right, so let's see if I play that out. No, I don't even do that. I should have done that. Honestly, that would have been the better play, but I'm making a worse play here by catching all this energy. I guess they probably don't have a superpower waiting, but I should have just stayed in there. I'm not really sure why I did that. All right, well, anyway, I got a little lucky there in the end. Luckily, the Snorlax did not have superpower. I almost gave him a win condition there. He is also running the Boltseed variant here, so that is okay. I mean, it's kind of nice for my Altaria at least. I'm going to throw a Lunge here and maybe just swap out. See what happens. Yeah, he no shields. So that's actually really nice. Leaves with energy though. Okay, this is not great for me. Altaria's pretty good into Greedent, as we saw from an earlier match, and then also it's not bad into Galvantula, and then also my best check to is my Mirror matchup. Not the best, but we're able to chip this down quite a bit with the Body Slams. And let's see how this plays out. Altaria is going to throw a Sky Attack, but we have a lot of energy here, which is nice. Yeah. And then let's see what happens here. We are able to grab a shield, which is huge. And I'm closing in, and I throw a Lunge. He actually comes in and catches the Lunge on the Greedent. So that's actually okay for me because the Greedent had energy. So I'm actually not too worried about it. And then Mew, unfortunately, going to Shadow Call me down before I can get my move off. But we're going to just tank the move, save all the shields for the Altaria. I think that's the play. Oh my goodness. And we get the Crunch off. That's actually massive. I did not think I would live that, but pretty big for me. Grabbing that shield as well. I'm going to no-shield these first 2 Dragon Claws. I just don't want to be in Dragon Breath range, but I do want to make sure that I save at least 1 shield for a potential Sky Attack. No, maybe I just... Yeah, I guess that's my play. Save for Sky Attack. I can't really recall how much energy they have on Altaria. And it looks like not much. Or no, they don't have a lot of health. They might have energy. I unfortunately lost the 3rd game footage, but I did win that 3rd game. Or that might have been 3rd game. I think I lost the 2nd game footage. I'm not really sure. But we're going to round number 3 here against JakeDoesHurdles. And I guess we're both trying to catch moves here. But I think his Deoxys defense, I think we simul-swap completely. So it really just depends on CMP. Unfortunately, my Deoxys defense is ranked pretty high. So it's not ideal for CMP purposes. But the Axe Defense are all raid IVs, so there might be a chance I win CMP somehow, depending on his spread. His CP is 1495, so probably unlikely. Yeah, as you can see here, we do lose CMP. So losing CMP here is not ideal. I probably have to... No, I'm not going to reveal my 3rd. I'm just going to come in with Greedent here. Let's see what they come in with. And it's going to be Walrein. I'm not too bad here, so we're not really sure what they have in the back yet. Let's take a look and see. And it is going to be Galvantula. Yeah, so maybe I should have farmed down the Deoxys defense with Jellicent. I would have to show my 3rd Pokemon a little early. but at the same time, I don't have to throw the energy on my Greedent, because I had to throw that Body Slam to avoid counter damage, and I could just Hex down, right, the Deoxys Defense, and come out with a little bit of energy. So instead, I threw away some of the energy I had, and yeah. Alright, so going straight for the Discharge, and I try to go for a Shadow Ball. Unfortunately, we don't get the shield there. And then now we're going to throw a Bubble Beam just to do something, because I'm going to get finished off here. And then we go for the combo play with the Body Slam. But he also makes a great combo play, really great call from Jake there to catch the Body Slam on the Walrein. I guess it's a predictable combo play, I don't know. But either way, we're in a tough spot. Shields down as well, too. Like, don't have too much play into this Galv. Is going through the energy, which I think is smart, because I threw all my energy on the Jellicent and able to Vulture Channel. So, down 1 early, not ideal, but let's see how we adjust for game number 2 here. I come in Altaria lead. Altaria is very strong in this meta, so definitely I think is a very strong Pokemon regardless of where you put it. Obviously, Walrein's pretty brutal, but you still do neutral damage, right? And then I probably lose CMP here again. I don't know. This is not the highest ranked Altaria, but it seems like it's not winning a lot of CMP either. Maybe I had just a little short on the attack stat. Alright, so we can Volt Switch down though, so I don't really mind that situation. Coming away with energy here is pretty huge. And then actually coming in with Deoxys Defense. So this is interesting to me. I'm trying to think what he might have in the back at this point. And then I think I probably shield and maybe bank the energy or throw it. Let's see what happens. If I can get rid of the Deoxys Defense, that's not too bad too, because I can permanently debuff whatever's in the back. And it's actually a Galv, so that's really nice. And he doesn't throw the energy, which is interesting, which allows me to permanently debuff this Galvantula. Am going to force a shield here, but that's fine. Actually goes Discharge here. Maybe he was expecting a potential catch. I don't think that's a bad play there, because I don't have a shield either way, so there's no reason to debuff me. Every move would take me out. If I try to catch a lunge, could have been big. Maybe I could have called it on Jellicent, I guess. Or maybe Walrein. Yeah, those would be the 2 ideal targets. But we're able to outbulk it in the end there, and we go into decisive game number 3. This is a pretty good lead for me. And then here comes Galvantula, pretty solid too. I don't really need to shield the first Discharge. Let's see how it plays out. And in case, especially if it's a lunge. But we're going to throw the Sky Attack here, just to force a shield to get rid of this thing. And he actually decides to no-shield it, so kind of nice. And then now we are unfortunately not able to get to that Sky Attack. Here comes the Lugia though. And then we go straight for the Shadow Ball here. I have a Greed in the back, so I'm not too worried. And actually lets it go. Maybe thought I was going to bait here. And this is perfect for me, because it's a Deoxys Defense here. I could permanently debuff this. Last Pokemon left. And I'm in a positive matchup, and I also have the Greed in the back, right? So I was going to be in a good spot either way. We're just going to go for Bubble Beams, and this is where it gets really tough, right? Because once you're permanently debuffed, it's a rough time. I mean, it's a negative matchup for Deoxys Defense to start out, but also to get debuffed and not be able to clear it. It's kind of tough. So we're able to grab both shields with the Bubble Beams, and we're going to go straight for the Shadow Ball to take it out. This is technically game 3, so showing the third Pokemon wouldn't be a huge deal for info purposes, but I'm just going to finish it off with the Jellicents. Going to this next battle here, if you notice I changed outfits, my file got corrupted, so I had to reshoot this part, but that's all good. We do have a Walrein lead into the into the Altaria. Not great, so I'm going to swap straight away to Galvantula. Galvantula safe spot's pretty strong to this team. Altaria is probably the best counter, but yeah, it doesn't seem like they have it. And then now, I already spent a shield, so I'm going to just let this go. And they actually went Crunch here, and they do get the debuff. Typically speaking, the Body Slam is more energy efficient and does more damage. But when you get the debuff like that, it could pay off. So here comes the Body Slam, and it is going to take me out. Now I'm going to farm this down. Now the good thing is Walrein doesn't resist any of Altaria's moves here. So if I can farm this down and land a Move Blast, I might not be in a terrible spot. Or I could grab a shield, that's fine too. My Greedent looks pretty strong into the backline team. Again, Altaria is kind of a pain, but I figured if they had the Altaria, they would have came in with it into the Galvantula. So we were able to land the Moonblast, which is pretty nice. And then it's actually going to be a Galvantula as well here. So that's pretty good. And they let the first one go. So that makes you feel pretty good about the situation, because they let the first one go, this next one, if they shield it, I get much more value out of it. Or I get much more value out of the first one that landed. And then I'm going to let this go. And again, I need to save the shield for the Walrein, but we barely hang on and get off one more Body Slam, which is absolutely huge. And then I'm able to farm down, and I'm going to just yeah, just Dragon Breath this down here and hope that they don't have a move on the Galv. And yeah, we're able to win off of a wall rain to Altaria lead, which was pretty nice because it's not very easy in that alignment. So we are going into game number 2 here, and it's going to be that same lead matchup again. A little unfortunate. And then they swap instantly to Greedent this time. So because of that, I'm actually going to probably... my plan was to double shield this and just try to win switch off that. Because I don't have an energy lead here, so it gets a little trickier. So it's like some cat here like flying around. So I'm going to double shield the body slams. Maybe it's not ideal or not, but I figured rather shield those and try to win switch off it. Again, Galvantula is super strong if they don't have Altaria, and it doesn't seem like there's Altaria for this match either. And we grab a shield, which is huge. Let's see if we get flipped switch here, and I'm going to just throw another lunge right away. They're super debuffed, triple debuffed at this point, and they let it go, so that's huge. And then we win switch, and then I was like, wait, these Volsters are doing a lot of damage, and then I looked up, and unfortunately my opponent brought the wrong Wormadam. I think it was like 500 something CP, which is a little unfortunate, and there you just can see the match there. Unfortunate, but I was in a pretty good spot either way, but I think it definitely would have been a lot closer if the Wormadam was the right CP. So that being said, we're going to game number 3 here, and we're gonna have an Altaria mirror match. And yeah, I can't tell if I won CMP there or not. It looks like, yeah, he just didn't throw, so hard to say. I'm gonna just let this go at this point. It's gonna be a sky attack, and we are unfortunately not able to Dragon Breath down, but we could Volt Switch down, and here comes the Greedent, and I'm going to swap over after debuffing. Greedent did leave with some energy though. I don't know. Maybe that wasn't the best play. And then we have a mirror match in the back end. So essentially we brought the same team. Yeah, this is a little tricky. So I had to kind of conserve shields from my Galvantula. But the better play is probably tank a move before swapping out, because now the Greedent was able to clear debuffs, right? So unfortunately I am forced to shield here. And yeah. To get debuff moves off, which is never a great spot. But I had so much energy on this Greedent, and I really want to optimize it possible. So we do throw back-to-back body slams. Then now I swap out here, and yeah, this Greedent's low on health here. I kind of had to shield something here, so I figured like it's not a big deal to let the first one go, because if they have double, I had to shield second one anyway, right? And then I'm going to throw a Volt Switch here, or sorry, Discharge. It's going to do more damage than Lunge. And then oh, unfortunately, they had a move ready, and that's not great because I don't live a Volt Switch. So good games to my opponent there, and congratulations to the Shady Equation for the sweep. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to battle my last opponent due to scheduling conflicts. Was able to finish tied for second in this cup. If I were to do it all over again, I'd probably run Cackle on my Greedent just to make it a little bit safer to all the Altaria, because Altaria is just super strong. And also the other dragons too, like Como and Dragonair, it's much better without the resisted bullet seeds. I do have a cup actually tomorrow for this, so I'm going to try to tackle Greedent for that one and see how it goes. If you like this video, feel free to give it a like and share, subscribe for future content, hit that notification bell to get alerted right when I post a new video, and I'll catch you all next time.